Hi, I'm Emmanuel and welcome to my workbench. Today I will be hunting dimes. I have 10 rolls of dimes right here, so let's get right into it. I apologize for my last video. I have a different setup and I didn't realize until I was editing that I couldn't bring the coins in focus when I was showing them up to the camera. So I hope that I did a few changes of the setup. I have my microscope on standby as well that I will be using to focus on some coins. So let's get right to it. So let's move this over here to the corner and start with roll number 1. Of course, looking for any NIFCs in silvers, of course. And I will give you a play-by-play as I go through these quarters and tell you what I am looking at. We have a first commemorative here. This is a 2001 year of the volunteer. I've put it here on my camera so that you can see that. Cool. Let's keep going. Those are fairly common, but I'm not going to be keeping that one. First American dime in really, really good condition. We have a 2017 Philadelphia. Awesome. Just checking my sheet right here because this is a 1971. Yeah, I am off by a year. The key date for dimes is the 1970s. So this is just a regular nickel dime made of nickel. Here's our second commemorative. This one over here is a Golden Jubilee 50th year anniversary of the Queen, and this one is 2002. Now, this here is a 1980. What to look for in the 1980, if you can look here in the microscope, is the tail of the 9. Let me focus a bit here. We look at the tail of that 9 and where it's pointing. If it's pointing slightly up, as this one is, towards the 1, which is called the wide 0. This is the common version. There's another version called the narrow 0, where the 9 kind of points downwards. It points downwards, let's say, towards the sail of the ship. So nothing special here. Let's keep going. Another Jubilee, which we've seen before. And our second American, this time it's a 2010 with a P mint mark. Roll 2. So this is a 2003. 2003 was a transition year. And what you're going to be looking for is the obverse. There are 2 obverses for 2003. There is the uncrowned obverse, which this is, and then there is the crowned obverse for 2003. That's where the Queen has the crown. And on the crowned obverse, there is a version that has a W mint mark just over here at about 5 o'clock. But that's an NIFC, but this one is not one of them. 2007, there is a variety to look for as well. This one is, I haven't found one yet. What to look for here is the curved versus straight 7. So the normal version, the more common version, is the straight 7, which this is very obviously a straight 7. The curved 7, what it looks like is, well, the 7 is curved, so the vertical line there is slightly curved inwards. And what another way to see if it's that version is you look at this logo and you see this logo over here, which is the Mint logo, is much smaller. It's like a minuscule version of this logo. So that's something to look for. I have yet to find one of those. There's also another version where this 2007 dime got struck on a German planchette. So the dime is much lighter than usual. It's hard to tell by touch, but generally speaking, you should be able to tell by feeling it. Let's keep going. Another 2007. It's just easiest to look at the logo to see if this is the one in question. Speaking of the 2003, this is not a 2003, but this is the crowned logo that I was talking about. So 2003 the production was with this older crowned portrait on the obverse, and they switched to the uncrowned portrait, and there would be a P right over here, a W right over here at the 5 o'clock mark below the bust over here. That's what we're looking for. Here is another Jubilee 2002. And another. Those are quite common. I'm not going to be keeping any of them. This is a 1999. This is another one that you were looking for a P composition mark. So 1999, the Mint produced a very few rare 1999s with a P Mint composition mark. These were designed to sell to vending machine owners so that they can test the new composition. I have yet to find one. The year 2000 had both with and without the P composition mark as well, but the 1999 is the hard one to find. Another 2007. This is not the one we're looking for. And just to show you, this is a 2000, and this one does not have the composition mark. And the one with the composition mark, it's not more rare. I mean, let me look at my notes here. Yeah, the 2000 P is considered a lower mintage, so that would be one to keep if I found a 2000 P dime. Another 2002 Golden Jubilee. And another American dime, another 2017 with a P mint mark. Roll 3. Another Year of the Volunteer 2001 dime. 1998 was another year where you can see where it can possibly have an NIFC mint mark. And what we're looking for 98 is a W mint mark from the Winnipeg Mint. This one is not the one that I am looking for. Here's a 2007, not the special one. 1999, no P mint mark. Another 2002 Jubilee. Another Year of the Volunteer. And a 2007 with the regular mint mark. Another Jubilee. And another 1980. So let's have a look at that. Now, obviously, we can clearly see that the 9 is swooping up towards the 1. This is the common variety. Another Jubilee. And another Year of the Volunteer. Yet another Jubilee. And another Year of the Volunteer. 2. Here's another one. One extra dime. I am 10 cents richer. Let's get into roll 5. 2017 commemorative dove. This is the peace dove. It is a stylized dove in the shape of a maple leaf. Fairly common, not particularly rare. Here is the 2003 crowned portrait with the P mint mark, no W on this one, which is what I'm looking for, but this is the 2003. And we have another American. This time it's a 2010 P, once again. Quickly followed by a Golden Jubilee. And that is quickly followed by another 2017 Canada 150. Let's begin roll 6. You guessed it, another Jubilee. Followed by another Year of the Volunteer. Another Year of the Volunteer. Yet another Year of the Volunteer. 2007 with the regular logo size. Not the droids I am looking for. Let's go for roll 7. 1998, looking for that W mint mark. Year of the Volunteer. 2007, with the regularly sized mint logo. And another Year of the Volunteer. And we have one extra dime again in this roll, so we're up 20 cents. Let's do roll number 8. Oh, first time finding this one, another commemorative. This is the 125th double date, 1992. 125th anniversary of Canada, quite common as well. 2, 4. Roll 9. Well, a very beat up 2002, quickly followed by an American. This one, a 1978 Philadelphia with no mint mark. 1968, you have to use a trusty magnet to see if it's magnetic. This one is magnetic, as you can see. So this one is not a 50% silver. The other thing to look for if you want to, but it's not particularly rare, is the type of reading on the side. So there's two types of reading. There's the American Philadelphia style reading. I can't get the camera to focus. And the Canadian reading. I believe this one here, if memory serves, is the American style reading. So this dime was minted in Philadelphia. But don't quote me on that. I might be wrong on that. It might be just a Canadian one, but there's the two varieties to look for. 2007, looking at the mint mark, but it is a regularly sized mint mark. A very familiar Golden Jubilee. This is a 1969. There is the large date variety and the small date variety. So the large date variety, if you look at the date here, it's very beat up, but if you look at the date of the 1968, That is the normal variety for 1968, so that's the larger date, and some 1969s were minted with the date this size. I believe there are 4 known examples, extremely rare. So this is the normal variety, but if you find a large date with a 1969, you're in a heap ton of money. And I also check 1969s to see if they're magnetic. There have been a few reported to have been struck in silver. So other than that, nothing special about that 1969. Roll 10. Well, we are coming to the end of this hunt. I appreciate your comments and your likes. It was because of your comments that I changed the format a bit of these very quick hunts. Tell me what you think about the fact that I'm using the microscope. If that makes it easier for you to see the coins, I might make it a regular feature over the course of the summer as I release these videos. Now I do 2007, let's see here, regular sized mint logo. I do try to record several of these in advance. So I believe that very shortly after I finish this dime search, I'm going to get a quarter hunt going. So I may not be able to, if anybody has any really good suggestions for improvements, I can't guarantee that I'll have them in time for my next video. But that being said, I always appreciate the comments that I have. If I can improve my channel in any way to make my videos more interesting to you. Here's a 2007 regularly sized logo. Well, this hunt has seemed to only give out American quarters. We're at 5 right now. I don't see any in the roll, in the rest of this roll. I just see a whole bunch of modern coins. And that is the end of the hunt. Awesome, that's the end of the hunt. So let's get right into it. I'm going to, through the magic of editing, I'm going to check these against my book, and I'm also going to check these for any varieties. So what do we have? I have 2 2017 Ps, 2 2010 Ps, and a 1978 P. So let me look very quickly on Variety Vista, see if these have any varieties, and if not, then I'll compare them against my book, and I'll come back to you shortly. Well, that's it for the hunt. No varieties, no book fillers, no upgraders, I should say. 2 dimes over, so 20 cents to the black, which is really good. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.